Hello guys, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. In this discussion, XRP and other crypto-related topics will be discussed. The US Treasury has declared that decentralized cryptocurrency markets pose a threat to national security. They then proceed to discuss online scammers, thieves, and ransomware attacks. But the fact remains that the current financial system can only be fixed by crypto. In my opinion, it poses no danger to our country's security. There are some nefarious characters here, and some dishonest people are involved. If that poses a threat to national security, then what is it that the GOP oversight keeps turning up? The Biden's LLC was used to funnel millions of dollars in Chinese funds directly into the family's coffers. That, in my opinion, poses a greater threat to the nation than cryptocurrency ever could. They want to paint this picture to scare people away from cryptocurrency while simultaneously stripping away our rights with the Restrict Act. In testimony before the Senate Finance Committee, Janet Yellen stated her lack of concern for a doubling of the national debt from its current $32 trillion. So long as our financial plan is sound. Breaking news, our current course is unsustainable. You see why she's fine with increasing the debt from $32 trillion to $50 trillion. Simply put, we will never be able to repay that debt. Nobody ever has any intention of repaying that debt. Because of this, the Federal Reserve, the Treasury, and the White House are all advocating for the same thing, the creation of a CBDC. They are hoping to start over completely. They are eager to begin again. People born after 1980 have racked up too much debt. The Federal Housing Administration has recently given the green light to a 40-year mortgage, and I honestly believe that they want to keep people in debt for as long as possible. You can be content with very little, so keep that in mind. People will spend their entire lives making mortgage payments on these homes. To increase audits of the wealthy, the IRS does spend $80 billion on 30,000 new employees. They aren't investigating the wealthy at all, you know. They are probing me and you because they want to find a way to connect us to crypto. Why else would they be interested in knowing how much cash you have on hand if not to collect more tax? You may recall that the IRS threatened to seize your cryptocurrency in 2021 if you failed to pay any back taxes. In a clear signal that it views digital assets no differently than any other type of compensable property, the Internal Revenue Service of the United States is prepared to seize the holdings of cryptocurrency owners who are struggling to pay their unpaid tax. To this day, I still don't know how they expected to pull that off. I think it was just one big threat to get the gullible to come forward and disclose their cryptocurrency holdings. I don't think people are reporting it from year to year. The Gold Standard Restoration Act has been introduced in Congress. Many government officials are now supporting this. In order to return the unstable Federal Reserve note to a fixed weight of gold bullion, Representative Alex Mooney, along with Representatives Andy Biggs and Paul Gosar, introduced H.R. 2435, the Gold Standard Restoration Act. I seriously doubt they would attempt such a thing with the currency in circulation at the moment. In my opinion, this is headed in the direction of becoming a digital currency backed by gold. Then, almost immediately, speculation resumed about XRP's potential role as a global reserve currency backed by gold. I've previously addressed this issue and demonstrated that it is common knowledge that XRP cannot be backed by gold. Former Director of Developer Relations for Ripple's, Matt Hamilton, has since dispelled the myth by saying that this outcome is simply not possible. Hamilton defined XRP as a decentralized cryptocurrency that trades on the open market and has a limited supply. He continued, saying that holding off for gold is not a problem for XRP. According to Hamilton, you can't put lipstick on a pig by artificially increasing the value of XRP. The only way for gold and XRP to interact is through the tokenization of gold on the XRP blockchain. Tokenizing gold on the XRP ledger and creating a token like XO is similar to what companies have been doing for the past decade to keep track of the precious metal. However, XRP cannot be backed by gold. For those who didn't believe him, he elaborated out, Hamilton, if you traded in 1 XRP for 1 troy ounce of gold. In the same way that gold has value without any underlying commodity, I think XRP will do the same in the future. Because of its high value requirement for use as a trust layer between two CBDCs, speculation quickly arises that the government will seize XRP once it is put to this purpose. Think back to that time when they issued an executive order to compensate all the gold. The gold confiscation order is commonly known as Executive Order 6102. However, confiscation may not be the best word to describe what took place. In actual use, all but the smallest amounts of gold were to be turned over to the Federal Reserve for the price of $20.67 per ounce as per the order. This led the government to acquire a back. That's also where the buyback theory concept spreads. If I had to guess, I'd say that central banks will assign a monetary value to XRP. People keep saying that in the future when it's moving all the money, they'll come and take your crypto from you, but that's not going to happen. But if they really wanted it, I don't think they'd sell that option along the way, they'd just get it that way. How will this change in Fed's policy affect other instant payment options? Now hear the Federal Reserve discuss Ripple. You may have heard about the recent controversy surrounding the Federal Reserve in the news. In comparison to FedNow, Ripple provides equivalent technology based on the blockchain. For low-cost international money transfers, more and more people are turning to the Ripple network and its XRP token. Ripple is a real-time cross-border payment solution, but there is an ongoing case with the SEC about whether XRP is a security. Fed aims to be a more secure alternative to Ripple for financial institutions within the United States. The Fed has effectively ruled out using Ripple. Let me tell you what I see happening, though. When other nations adopt RippleNet, they immediately become far more successful than FedNow, and when FedNow initially fails, it is ultimately replaced by RippleNet. Because I anticipate that the United States will require XRP and instantaneous liquidity, and because I see no other viable alternative. That's the only other option. The Fed likes to talk down on certain products and companies, but they should be supporting Ripple because it's based in the United States. This then is their equivalent of a risk-free barium. The video is still accessible, unrestricted, on the Fed's website. They've been talking to the Fed for 5 years, and up until recently, Virium wasn't even officially listed as a service provider by the Fed. Let me tell you about Serum, which was temporarily taken off the market. All indications point to this being a massive scam to me. The emergency rollout of CBDC Ciborium could be a result of FedNow going live with Serum and then experiencing a failure. It looks like complete trash to me. Attorney General will not appeal if Ripple prevails, according to top legal counsel. According to Jeremy Hogan, there will be no appeal of the ruling in favor of Ripple if it is upheld. What if, however, Ripple were to lose, allowing the SEC's case against them to drag on past 2026? I really do wish that wouldn't occur. According to attorney Jeremy Hogan, the SEC versus Ripple case could drag on past 2026 regardless of the outcome. In the month of November in the year 2022, James Spillane speculated that the verdict from Judge Torres would be announced on March 31 and cause a shopping frenzy. However, the day before the event passed without any ruling being made. John DT chimed in later to say that he didn't think the verdict would come in by March 31, but rather within the next 30-60 days. Hogan did point out that the upcoming verdict might not be the final say on the matter, since either party can appeal the judge's ruling. He's essentially saying that the case could continue past the year 2026 if Ripple were to lose and then appeal. I pray to God that it doesn't come to that, I'm telling you. I agree that the implications could be enormous. Why is everything you say behind closed doors? So the SEC is checking their Ripple-related correspondence with JP Morgan. Since this extends further than the Jiminy emails, it has a good chance of gaining traction. Prosper informed the XRP community that the SEC had delayed the document's release until the month's end after all attempts to have the document released by the SEC in March had failed. He came clean about having spoken to FOIA lawyers about filing suit against the SEC for its inexcusable delay. The documents were delayed once again by SEC. In response to this news, a prominent digital asset investor speculated that JP Morgan's inbox could be larger than Hinman's. The contents of those emails are tantalizing to me. Keep that in mind. For the simple reason that it's very incriminating proof. We'll have to do as they say and see what develops. Will XRP be reinstated on Coinbase? This topic, however, has received considerable discussion. Coinbase's chief legal officer Paul Grewal recently stated his agreement with attorney John Deaton's definition of an investment contract, prompting renewed calls for Coinbase to relist XRP. Coinbase agreed with Johnny Deaton, but why aren't they relisting? Grewal said recently in response to DTN's latest detailed explanation of why digital assets sold on the secondary market cannot be considered securities or investment contracts. XRP. Now, many people claim they will never relist XRP again and warn investors against purchasing it. However, I believe they're merely waiting for the appropriate moment to act. Perhaps they have their sights set on something in particular. One cannot say. In contrast to Jim Cramer, I would not invest in Coinbase stock. So if Jim Cramer is predicting that Coinbase stock will soar, investors should brace themselves for the exact opposite to occur. Perhaps relisting XRP is what will really boost Coinbase's value. But once again, we must wait and see what transpired. However, I would like to briefly discuss some current events in the crypto and XRP communities. People keep saying that XRP will eventually be backed by gold, but that hasn't happened yet. And you're right, it won't have a gold backing right away. They assume you mean the price won't rise very much. Not at all what I'm trying to imply. I predict a high price for something that doesn't require anything to back it up in order to have value. After saying that, I'm going to end this video. Please accept my gratitude for tuning in. I value your interest in my videos. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you in the next one. Bye.